Welcome back to the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championship. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, joined in the booth here by Phil Eichhorn. Phil, got a match coming up here. Both teams on the one-loss side. It's Vang and Vang taking on Tim Bird and Selma White.
It ought to be a pretty interesting match between these two. Of course, the Fargo ratings say that Bird and White have a 78% chance to win. So I think it'd still be an interesting match.
Well, you know, that's the thing about pooling, especially Scotch Doubles, because there's so many factors that play into it. You know, you play a slight position, maybe your partner would prefer, maybe, you know, they would prefer slightly. There's a lot of things that go through your mind.
Well, and one nice thing about this Scotch Doubles situation now is the fact that they can communicate to each other and discuss the shots before they take them.
Correct. That's a brand new rule in this year for the CSI rules and the BCAPL. And so Selma White on the break, she scratches, which, boy, those balls spread pretty well.
That looks like a good table.
And I'm going to take a guess here and guess they're going to go stripes. And that first ball I would shoot in a heartbeat is that 9 ball. You shoot that ball, pretty much opens up the rest of the table. But we'll see what they elect to do.
Yeah, he was studying that 13 for a while, but yeah, that's the best choice, I think.
Well, normally you would want to clear out the balls on the high side of the 8 ball, but in this particular case, that 9 ball being kind of the middle of the table and sort of not having ready access to the side pocket or the near corner pocket probably changed their mind a little bit. So now he's going to go ahead and a couple of options here. He can go ahead and just shoot that 15 ball in the corner pocket and then leave for the 12, or can decide, well, we're going to leave that come for the 8 ball, but my guess is they're going to go ahead and shoot that one right now. We're at the Chula Vista Resort at Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. It's the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships. And this is Vang taking a shot for his team. He's teammates with Vang in the Scotch Doubles event. And he just shoots a straight-in shot, a little draw back to the middle of the table. As we said, Scotch Double is always a little tricky. Seems like a pretty straightforward situation here. 13 ball, then we shoot the 14, shape for the 8 ball.
Yeah, this looks like it should be a pretty easy out from here.
The last match we watched started off with a break and run, and then, boy, it tightened up fast. Okay, so he left her a pretty straight-in shot on the 14 ball. Not necessarily a bad thing. Couple of options here. Most likely, the most predictable shot and shape would be to just pocket the ball, draw it back just a little bit, shoot the 8 ball up in the other corner. And it looks like that is what they're going to elect to do. Vang confidently fires in that ball, and Vang comes up. This is to put them up 1-0 in this match, in which they are the decided underdogs, according to the FargoRate system. And that ball's pocketed, and therefore they do take that 1-0 lead. Well, Phil, it's first day Scotch Doubles event. We got singles coming up, our team event coming up. a lot of action still to go. It all wraps up on Sunday.
Yep, it should be a pretty good tournament here. This is a great facility, this Chula Vista. Oh, it's just fantastic.
It's great. In fact, right outside the doors here, in the room that we're in, you can just every once in a while get a little glimpse. There's a river that runs right alongside this resort, and it's it's natural beauty. Wow, it's a really nice place to play. Vang really trying to get those balls tight. I can only imagine how much they would love to get a good break here and run out and start up 2-0 on this match. So we've seen most of the people second ball breaking. Looks like he's going to come at it. The head ball, he does. And the one ball's leaking toward the corner, but the one ball lost its last few rolls there. So no balls are pocketed. And boy, look at Tim. Tim looks like he is ready to go here. He's wants to run this table out, get his team back up, get on the scoreboard.
It doesn't look too bad a table either way.
No, it really doesn't. It's the probably the biggest complication that they have is that they have to pocket the one ball in order for that seven ball to go into that corner. So however they play things, that's something that they're probably going to go after right now. Selma's, I'm sure, thinking about that right now. Well, she hit that confidently, and wow, that was a good shot. It worked out beautifully for them. Just nudge that ball out a little bit. Oh, that was a heck of a shot. Tim very deliberately spins the cue ball around the seven ball for shape. So they really have to deal with this six ball and the two ball now. The seven ball definitely goes. It's still a little bit of weird shape off of it though. So she overcut it just a little bit, Phil.
Yeah. Yep, just a little.
Well, I think she was trying to hold it because the angle kind of put the cue ball a little bit further, like behind the 8 or 12 than she was kind of looking for. So I think she kind of undercut it a little bit, trying to hold that cue ball just a little bit too much. Well, Vang comes up, and it's a significantly worsened table in some respects. Their 11 ball is now blocked by that 6 ball. The 9 ball's on that same reel. She can get that 9 ball out of there right now, though. Ooh, misses it. That's one of those shots where, you're focusing on the breakout shot, and it's just easy to kind of undercut or overcut that ball just a hair, trying to cheat it. Tim Bird comes up, adjusts the glasses, adjusts his cap, and plays the 3 ball. Looks like he's attempting to leave his partner for that 7. It's a good angle to make that 7 ball from there. They're conferring a little bit on exactly what it is that they want to do. Because, as you know, Phil, that's a rule that was recently changed by CSI and the BCAPL leagues that during Scotch Doubles, the partners can confer just as long as they're away from the table.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be helpful. I think it's going to speed the game up a little bit.
Well, it certainly has our matches that we've seen so far.
Yeah, you would actually think it would slow it down some by doing that, but it doesn't seem to work that way.
Well, I think with Scotch Doubles, a lot of times you spend a lot of time sitting, assessing the table, thinking, what would my partner want me to do? At least I know that's what's going through my mind when I'm playing Scotch Doubles. It's like, all right, so I look at a shot, I go like, all right, this is what I want to do. But, my partner, maybe they want me to play it toward this side of the ball or that side. Maybe they prefer cuts over banks or,
Right.
something. So,
And I just wondered why she shot that so hard.
well, I think she wanted to come around and clear it
A little further?
Yeah, so they could take out that 6 ball because they take out that 6 ball, that 2 becomes easy, but
Right.
I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do here. He's hooked by the 8, so I think he's going to go for I think he's playing the combination.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah.
Well, it's ball in pocket, so he's called, as he said, the green one, which, the Cyclops balls, sometimes it's a little bit harder. The players necessarily aren't always used to them. So as long as that ball goes in that pocket, that's what matters. Well, he got a good hit on that 2 ball. So he did not successfully make the shot he was going for, but he made a good hit. So at least the Vangs don't come in with ball in hand. I'll tell you what, Phil, I think a good shot here. I'm looking at it, kind of solves their problems. It's a little risky, but take that 14 ball off the rail, squeeze it off the 6. But he's like, no, I'm playing safe. So,
well, I think that I'm with you. I think that would be a fairly good shot to do.
I don't know if he hooked that 6 ball. There's a little window. Boy,
Not much of one.
That is close. Selma's she's taking a quadruple look at that one, because that is...
It's really hard to tell from here.
Yeah, that is not... obviously, it's hard to tell from there, because she's giving that a good hard look. So, and not really an easy ball to jump, because the impeding balls are so far away from the cue ball. Can't really play at 3 rails. Can't really play at 1 rail. It'd be interesting to see what she does here.
It's a tough decision for sure.
Well, they're down 1-0. They were heavily favored to start the match over Ong Vang and Blia Vang, but Tim Bird and Selma White find themselves down 1-0. But as you can see by the FargoRate system, still mathematically they are almost 2-1 favorites to still win this match. It's adjusted after every game. They take the comparison between the matches they played and the matches, their history, and somehow they're able to determine that. Looks like she's going to kick at it here. It's coming up, and she hits the 2 ball, but there's no rail.
I think this Fargo rating is going to work out very well once it gets more established. It's pretty much in its infancy right now, but the more data they get, the more accurate it's going to be.
Well, and that's certainly what everyone is looking for, is to have an accurate rating system and be able to put people in established groups where everybody can have the most fair competition and be able to compete, have a chance to compete. That's the reason why for having the tier divisions is
right.
To be able to promote a level of play amongst people of the same caliber. So Yeah, anything that can be done to make that a more accurate system, boy, that's what pool sure needs it.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Well, they are giving this a good long talk, trying to figure out what they want to do here. Vang coming up to the table. They do have ball in hand, of course. There was a foul on the last shot. Selma had to do that kick shot. Got a hit on the two, but no real afterward, thus it was a foul. Oh, I think she wanted to. She wanted badly to go over and break those out, but that didn't work.
Well, it's just kind of in an awkward position, so I don't think she got the English on the ball that she wanted.
Yeah, she was extending pretty far over that table.
Yeah.
And it's a 7-foot table, but I'll tell you, sometimes it can feel a lot further when you have to shoot certain kinds of shots. And these Pro Cup pockets, I mean, you can't cheat. You have to be honest. You have to shoot every shot honestly, because they will reach out and bite you. So now they're going to go ahead and shoot that shot we talked about earlier. She's going to play that 14 ball off the rail, off the 6. Just squeeze it. Use this, as they call it, the side rails to squeeze that 14 ball in there off the 6. Now, Phil, she has to hit it with at least a certain amount of speed here, because she wants that 6 ball to clear that pocket, because they got a couple of balls down there.
Yeah, she definitely wants that out of the way.
Yeah, she can't.
There it is. Still blocking the 9 ball, though, from going here.
Yeah, that was... Well, at least the good news is, though, is they have a ball. They have the 11 ball down there, so they could potentially play shape off of that to play the 9 down the long way to the corner.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure if they had their druthers, they would rather have the pocket. They could play the ball there, but as sometimes we do in the pool world, sometimes you just have to make it work. So.
Yeah, things don't always work out like you plan.
That was a nice shot there. Nice and clean hit. She's going to have to draw this ball back out a little bit. There's that window between that 2 and that 8 that she wants to fall in. So then that way she can just slide, has a natural slide to be able to just make that pocket, that 11, and slide right on that long rail to take that 9 down to the corner. So the angle here is very important. Just going to draw it back. Probably just about where the cue ball is right now, I would think is about where she would want it.
Well, it looks like it'd be a good spot for it.
And Vang she's thinking of a couple of possibilities here, so she wants to go confer with her partner, Ong. Tim Bird and Selma White down 1-0. They are patiently awaiting to see if they get an opportunity during this game. Another chance to try to even up the score.
She's going to go for the 11 here?
No. She's just trying to establish the right angle in order to be able to. And that's perfect. I mean, she couldn't hit that any better. That is perfect. All he has to do is just a little nip draw, put that cue ball right on that side rail. Hey, that is absolutely perfect.
That's just how you'd have shot it, right?
So this group, they only have a 30% chance to pull out the victory, according to the Fargo rating, but yet they still have a chance to go up 2-0 here.
Nice shot. That's a very nice shot.
Yeah, did that 2-ball get in the way of the...
It's pretty close. Oh.
Well, it looks like the Vangs have an opportunity to... Fargo rating has been adjusted here. Looks like a little bit higher. Oh, he's got to cut this ball, Phil. That 2-ball did get in the way. Wow, that's... that is... He's got to fly that cue ball. Oh. Going to go off that 2. That side pocket's a possibility.
Look at that.
Corner
what
pocket,
a shot.
that was a good shot.
That was a nice shot.
Well, it was definitely going into the 2-ball. It was just a matter of how thick, that was going to be. So he was able to somewhat reduce the speed. He had to hit it with speed. There's no doubt about that. But he was able to somewhat mitigate the speed he had to hit it with by being able to more fully hit the 2-ball. So
that really changes things in this match too.
It sure does. Wow. They were going into it. They were the prohibitive underdogs. Were Ong and Vang. No relation, by the way. But now they've become the decided favorites according to the FargoRate system. 83% chance against Bird and White to have a 17% chance to...
They seem to be struggling this match for some reason.
Well, they're running down, but they're not quite running out. It seems like they're getting down to the last ball or two, and then all of a sudden they're just a little bit out of shape or something like that, and so they have to, they're getting close. Yeah. So they just have to finish that out.
We've made it several balls on that one.
Yes,
right.
That was an excellent break.
3 of the bigger ones.
So the real trouble ball here is going to be that 14-ball. I'm just presuming they're taking stripes because
Since they made half of them already.
I think that's a pretty safe guess. Looks like Selma's taking a hard look at that ball right away. Boy, if she could make that right away, oof. And she sure could. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that made things decidedly easier. They're going to probably want to leave that 13 ball as their key ball for the 8-ball. So, and play the 9, then the 14, then the 13. Whoa. Even lets out a little sigh of relief as that ball kind of finally found its way home. Selma comes up and she's got to be careful not to hit any balls on the way back. That's all. Oh, wow. She got on the wrong...
Oh, wow. This seems to be what's happening to these guys every game so far.
Yeah. And, boy, she has left him in a spot that he's going to have to kick at this ball, and that is an angle that is not... That is not a fun angle to have to shoot that ball at.
No.
And
boy, that could be hazardous.
Now we'll have to wait and see how things play out here. Well, we have the 1-ball and the 7-ball that are still trouble. Do you want to play that ball? Do you want to try to break it out? Do you want to maybe shoot the 7 down in the other corner? He's got ball in hand, so... couple of options. Looks like he's going to elect to just bump it out. I'll tell you, Phil, the problem here is that 1-ball could cozy up to that 13.
That's what I see. I don't know that I would do that for sure.
Well, I know
you got to get that 4 out of there.
Well, the reason I like the 7-ball there. Oh, he shot it real nice.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I could just see that one going over there behind the 13.
It sounds like you're speaking from a voice of experience on that, Phil.
I've done that a lot.
I'm Gennaro Vasquez here in the booth with Phil Eichhorn. We're at the 2016 BCAPL Wisconsin State Championships, Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Well, that is Vang. She fired in that ball, and her partner Vang. They have a 2-0 lead in this race to 4. It's at this point it is looking like quite an uphill climb for Tim Bird and Selma White, but that's why we play every game, Phil, because you just never know what's going to happen.
Exactly. How many times you've been down that far and then come back?
It just sort of seems like, they're running down and maybe there's a chance and something goes wrong at the last second. That's maybe, they catch a groove here. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I think we shoot the 1 ball here, just a little drawback. 1, 3, 7, 8 is the way I see it.
Looks good to me.
This is the Scotch Doubles event, the first day of this Wisconsin State Championship, BCA Pool Leagues. Vang surveying the table. Calls the 1 ball.
I guess I'm a little curious why she didn't play position for the 3, but...
Well, it's a pretty safe shape played. You play the 1 ball, then the 3, then the 7. I mean, the 7 ball's a perfect key ball.
Right. He looks like he's in a position where he can move that 7 ball and may not end up where he wants it.
Well, it's a little hard to tell if he's going to go into that 7 or not.
Yeah, it's really difficult to see from this angle.
Yeah, he did move it. Wow,
yeah.
And that does not look like a place that does not look like the place that they wanted it to go.
Mm-mm. I wouldn't want it there.
Well, it does look like, I think they can skirt it by that 8 ball there.
Yeah. It might go by there.
We are on a perch up here, probably 15 feet above the table. And that is our perspective on this Table 1 at the Chula Vista Resort, the Wisconsin State Championship. And the Vangs talking this one over because there's a couple of possibilities here. And, Phil, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up electing for a safety here.
That'd be a good choice.
Maybe skim off of the 6 ball and kind of come over where the 8 ball is.
Mm-hmm.
Or she could just put it, it looks like, there's 2 ways to go. You can play the safe way or you can go out gunning, I guess. As they say sometimes. It looks like...
Be interesting to see what kind of position she gets off of this shot.
Well, the cue ball's going to go flying up and down.
Exactly.
Kind of the old elevator shot up and down the table. But that's also kind of good news because it's not really a scratch shot unless you... Oh, here we go. Now I think she just called a safety.
I think you're right. I think she did call a safety.
Yeah. Well, it's a good shot. Look at the... Where do you go with that 13 ball? It's like a double bank, I guess, is probably going to be his best shot.
Right.
A double bank in the same side pocket it's on now because the 8 ball blocks the one pocket, the 3 ball blocks the other pocket. They put him in a tough spot. This is a tough spot. But I guess at this point, it's one of those times you just say, I'm happy to be back to the table.
Yeah, anything can happen, that's for sure.
Well, you got a lot of self-talk going on in your head. I've made this shot before. You know, it's not beyond the possibility he could end up playing a safety too. I mean, it kind of seems like that's what he's looking at. Maybe he skirts that ball, scoots the cue ball off the 13, kind of plays it down near the corner pocket, near that first diamond down there. The 6 ball, probably isn't going to be able to go. The 3 ball would be at best, a tough shot from down there. I just not sure what he's going to do.
I'm guessing it depends on how confident he feels.
It sure looks like he's looking for it at that safety.
Yeah. I think he just said safe.
Yes, he did. Now the key here is he has to get it far enough down the table that the 3 ball isn't an easy shot. But not so far as that he makes it so the 3 ball goes up. Oh, that was a good shot. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. That was a good shot. Now, the Vangs can still leave him in a tough position because now they just shoot the 6 ball and leave it trapped, leave the cue ball on that rail behind the 8 ball.
Yep. I see that. Oh, that was close.
Wow. He got out the Ginsu knife to thin that 7 ball, let me tell you.
Yeah, and I think he might have got out too far.
Well, I definitely think he didn't want to get out that far.
No.
I think there's a window here. I mean, I do think I'm not saying it's an easy shot, but I
think it's makeable.
I'll tell you what, Selma is probably very happy to have this shot.
Yeah.
Well, at some point you have to kind of wonder if, maybe nerves might start playing a little role in this too. And, it's the Wisconsin State Championship event. This is the match for 5th, 6th place. So, of course, it's the one-loss side. So the winner continues to advance. Well, she didn't have a lot of choice because the 7, that ball was straight in. So she says, you're going to have to find a good shot here.
I think he just called a safe.
He did.
Yeah.
He's going to try to pop that out to the middle of the table, just like that. Now the question here is, Tim more or less has only a safety play here, and he's just going to hit it and try to bump the 13 and leave it there. It's a big shot. That's going to scratch. Oh, it hit it. I don't think there was a rail there.
No, there wasn't.
I don't think there was a rail there. It came off that long rail, hit the short rail, and then it nudged the 13 ball, but neither ball actually returned back to a rail. So, what are we gonna? What are we gonna do here?
Yeah, leave him with ball in hand. Yeah, it might be difficult to get over to that 8 ball. I suppose he could.
Well, I'm wondering if they realize they have ball in hand too. With so much action going on there and everything like that, you never know. it's Ong Vang and Vang that are really taking a moment to kind of assess this situation and try to figure out what they want to do. Yeah, it looks like she's looking at it like she would be playing ball in hand. So
right, yeah.
She shakes her head. She's got it figured out. She says, "Yep, that's what we're going to do." Yeah. So they're down. They're up 2-0 with a chance here to go up 3-0 in this race to 4. Winner is out of the tournament. Loser's out of the tournament.
Yeah.
This is the new format? No, I'm just kidding. This is what I meant to say is the winner advances, of course, and the loser goes. The loser is out of the Scotch Doubles tournament.
Yeah.
And
yeah, not sure that was the best option, but she must have thought so.
Well, what do you do here?
This is not a gimme.
It looks like that 13 does go down to the other corner.
Mm-hmm. I think it will.
But another option could potentially be, and I know, that this maybe is a little bit playing things too safe. You could put that cue ball behind that 13 ball and just knock that 8 ball to the long rail and leave it behind the 13.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the reason I don't like that shot is that it is so close. And, to have that on your mind when you're also trying to play shape. They're having the referee, Ricky Bryant, come in.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Well, she has to go forward with it. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And referee Ricky Bryan calls it a good hit. And so we're ready to shoot now on the 8 ball.
Yep, and that just cuts the lead in half.
Well, that was a big moment there. Wow, that was a risky opportunity to try to play that ball down there, and that was an interesting one.
Yes, it
2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. The Vangs, not related. Ong Vang and Vang. Up 2-1 now over Tim Bird and Selma White. The FargoRate system says, well, yes, the Vangs have an advantage, and it's almost a 3-1 advantage over Bird and White, according to the FargoRate system. Says the Vangs have a 3-1 chance to win this match. Let's see if that holds true.
Pocketed something.
He pocketed a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, them stripes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those stripes are... Actually, either set of balls is really open. To me, immediately stripes come to mind. But either one of these balls, if you're careful, could probably be run out. And immediately... Leah is jumping on these stripes. That 8 ball's a little rough. That's because you got to clear out. So the way that I'm seeing this here is you got to go 13, then probably the 11, then the 14, then boy, it's they're gonna have to. It's gonna. I mean, it's not. There are no difficult shots, but they're still gonna have to pay careful attention here.
And the problem isn't. The problem is getting to the 8 ball. Looks like there's a limited amount of places.
Well, he obviously had a little bit of a funny angle, so he elected to leave her a long shot. The good news of this long shot, she has to shoot at 11. There's some bad aspects of it, but pretty much all she has to do is pocket the ball.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to come out a little bit, though.
There you go.
Well, it looks like he should be able to just float it forward now for the 14 ball.
And from down there, just
stop it for
stop it. Yeah.
You know, Phil, it's so easy to run these balls. I might just stay up in the booth. It's so much easier up here to run out the racks than it is down on the actual table.
I've never lost a game sitting back here.
Very well done.
Oh, nice.
There was a chance to flirt with that 3 ball, and he's like, no, I'm focused on pool here. We're going to run this out, and so he ends up sitting really good. They're talking about this, but I think she's just going to more or less shoot a stop shot.
That'd be my guess, too. They'd just shoot it down the far corner.
I mean, it would be nice if it was off that short rail a little bit, but I'm guessing that he would accept it either way, as long as the angle is right. And they're conferring. Again, that is something, if you're wondering, why are they conferring, that's something that's new to the CSI rules this year and also the BCAPL Scotch Doubles rules. Players can confer away from the table. That's actually that's actually a nice leave. The reason why that's such a nice leave is because by floating it forward a little bit, as he's shooting the shot, he's actually looking also toward the pocket instead of being at an angle where he has to cut away from the pocket. He's actually shooting toward the pocket, looking toward the pocket as he shoots it, and he's called it in the side here. Oh, he catches the piece of that 4 ball. Yeah. Oof, wow.
Well, he still didn't leave a whole lot. Doesn't look like, unless they can. No.
Well, Tim Bird and Selma are coming up. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. Tim's shaking his head. He doesn't like his first shot here. He's going to play a safety here. It's just a matter of which one. He's going to roll it, either hit the 3 ball and just leave it right there, or he's going to try to play it so that it goes over by the 1. My guess is he's just going to stop it.
Safe. Yeah, I think that would be the safest shot.
You know what, though? I mean, as far as, jump shots go, it's relatively straightforward. I mean, it's not very close to the 4 ball. Relatively straight shot. We'll see if that is how Vang chooses to approach it. Looks like she is going to elect to kick at it. That is a very steep angle that she's approaching it. That was a nice try. She got pretty close to it. But alas, they come in, Tim and Selma. They have ball in hand. They're down 2-1. The Vangs, a 74% favorite to win this match from this point. But I'll tell you what, if Tim and Selma find a way to tie this up, exactly what we were talking about, Phil. They've managed to find a way to get right back in this match.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot sometimes,
Well, race to 4, especially with Scotch Doubles, anything can happen. And it's really a matter of, there's planning, but hey, it's pool. Things happen. You get out of line, you miss shots, things happen.
That's what makes the game so exciting.
It does. And then you add in the factor that this is a tournament. You're playing, for 5th, 6th place. Whether you and maybe better. There's a lot of factors that play into your mind at this point. So I'm just going to shoot that one ball. Tim gives her a little bit of an odd look. I think he was expecting her to bring that out a little bit, but after the last shot, I think she's feeling a little gun shy, honestly.
Uh-oh. There we go, just what we were just talking about.
Well, and that is unfortunate because that leaves the Vangs a very good opportunity to go up 3-1, and they capitalize on it. Well, we're at the Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. Joining me in the booth, Phil Eichhorn. And we have Vang and Vang.
I believe that match is over.
Tim Bird. Oh, is it race to 3 on the loser side?
Yeah. No, there's a Fargo rating made there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.